2015. Now, there are just 3 weeks to go until the start of this year's Six Nations, and it's a special anniversary for a former player who made his Wales debut 25 years ago. We sent Wales legend Martin Williams to catch up with an old friend.
I've come back to a very special place which holds fond memories for myself, but I know how much it means to an old teammate of mine who I'm here to meet today. Here he is. Jenkins, all right, son?
Good to see you, boy.
Good to see you, pal. How are you?
Yeah, good to see you, mate. How are you doing?
Good to be back. Hasn't changed much, has it?
Hasn't changed at all, no. Nothing's changed, is it? Jersey stuff, everyone's in the same position, so yeah, no, had some fantastic times, I mean.
Go on, Jenkins. What's he offer me? Where's come from?
We've had some good times in here, pal, haven't we? Some really good times.
We have had some fantastic times.
I can't hear you!
Jinx, don't want to remind you of this, but it's 25 years this year that you got your first cap. Famously, you and Scott Gibbs, 19-year-olds, running out against England. Can you remember much of it?
Yeah, remember it clearly. I know, as you would, you know, your first cap, and literally having, like, you think, oh my God, I'm playing. And lump in your throat, playing against England. But then the other side, you think, oh, here we go. That was proper rugby, and that was proper stuff. You know, I knew I was nervous anyway, but this reality, and I think, as you run out, it's like, yes, it's like that first time, you know, you've made it, you've done it. Certainly something I'll never, ever forget.
It's always an ambition, isn't it, to play for Wales, to get a Welsh Cup, but up there with that is, as we both know, is getting grogged, and we've managed to get our hands on the very first one, which you wanted to explain to us, because on the front of it is nearly.
Yeah, you know, obviously off my mum and dad, I think they thought, what could we get him for his 18th birthday? They went to the grog shop, and I think, you know, actually having one made cost an arm and a leg. So they went in there, and that's what they gave me, my mum and dad, for my 18th birthday, and that's what they had on the front, nearly. The old man bloody messing around, probably. Probably one of the best presents I've ever had.
Proper old school kit as well, mate. Old school
proper Ponty colours, but proper kit.
Unbelievable international career, over 1,000 points, 87 caps. One moment that stands out for you in all that?
It's difficult to look past 99, beating England. It wasn't at Twickenham, but it was at Wembley, so it's still in London, and that was a ridiculous day. That was obviously, you know, for us to beat them, it was a pretty special day, really, and that, if I'm honest, will probably take some beating.
Ironic, really. It was, like we said, we mentioned Gibbsy earlier, you and Gibbsy, first caps in 90, and then Gibbsy scored the try.
A push by Scott Gibbs. Scott Gibbs is through. Scott Gibbs has scored. What an amazing try.
I always remember Gibbsy going round and giving her all that before he'd actually put the ball down. And I'm thinking to myself, mate, get your arse under the post. I said, there's still the kick to come. I realised we were still behind.
Scott, don't do that. Just touch down for the try.
It wasn't an easy kick, was it? It wasn't right in front of the sticks.
Yeah, it was one of the easiest ones I'd probably get at that level for something on the line, really. I suppose your mind straight goes to your job in hand, kicking the goal and making sure we get in front.
Who would you want to kick this in World Rugby? That man.
I'd have hate to have thought what would have happened to me if I'd have missed that kick that day, and I'd have probably knocked out of Wembley myself. I'd have probably been lynched.
Of all the great goals he's kicked in his life, Neil Jenkins, this will lift the roof.
Incredible day, incredible atmosphere, and, you know, an incredible way to finish the old Five Nations.
But we can't stand here without obviously some unbelievable memories out here as well. For you, what was best highlight at this ground?
Difficult to pick a game. I think growing up, you probably said it earlier about going in the change rooms, being a little bit nervous. I think that probably would be the start of it, especially as a young kid and knowing full well what's around you and what's in our changing rooms. You know, from bars all the way through, and the old school 1 to 10. That would be if you weren't in tune and if you weren't together, you were going to get it in the year, weren't you? And I think just that alone was probably a pretty special place to be in the change rooms before we come out. Through Chief, obviously, walking around and being pretty aggressive.
Scary
Stella.
place.
It was a scary place. If you're a young kid and you're not quite sure what's to come, and then obviously coming out here and just, you know, I think for me that was what it's all about, playing for the jersey, playing for the team. You know, there's no prima donnas in this club and stuff, and no matter whether you represented Wales, Lions, Barbars, didn't matter who you played for, you come back here, your feet were firmly on the ground, and it was one thing and one thing only, and that was to represent Pontypridd and play for the shirt.